Good evening, folks, and welcome to Free China Live every Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. GMT. Hope everybody's doing well. It's good to see some familiar faces in the chat there. Let me see who's in today then. So I can see Headley is there, Falco, Jasmine. We've got Barry, we've got Prickles. Got a few people in, so awesome. Okay, well, I'm sure you saw the title of today's stream talking about fake pyramids and people eating rubbish. We will be talking about that a bit later on. But first, we've just got some more local news here in the UK regarding China. So, I don't know if any of you guys know who David Lammy is. But if you don't, he's the Foreign Secretary of Great Britain. So his job basically is to talk to all of the other foreign secretaries around the world when it comes to doing trade and that kind of thing. And recently he went to China to meet up with Wang Yi, who is China's foreign minister. A very, very strange looking geezer, in fact. Very, very, very weird guy. And it seems that once again, the UK government is trying to kiss China's ass. They're more interested in economic gain over human rights, profit over principles, talking the talk about China when they're all meeting up together in the House of Commons, talking about how, we need to stop the genocide and we need to protect Taiwan. But as soon as they start talking to China, they crap their pants and they end up just basically kowtowing to China because they want to do a little bit of trade with them. Because right now, let's face it, the UK economy is not looking good, and the government, they're really starting to push this whole idea that we need China, that we need the Chinese Communist Party. But the fact of the matter is the Chinese Communist Party is not a big fan of the British government. In fact, they've sanctioned 7 members of UK Parliament because just for the simple fact that these people spoke up against China's human rights abuses in Xinjiang province. And they actually sanctioned 7 members. It's ridiculous. Also, there's been a lot of espionage in the British government. I'm sure you've read a lot about it in the news. China sending their spies in. And it's actually pretty ridiculous. So, yeah. The CCP cannot stand the British government. But that doesn't stop the British government from talking about China. And now I just want to show a video from a few weeks back now, because Rishi Sunak is no longer the leader of the opposition. But let's just hear what they say, because it is quite interesting. So here we go. Hold on, I just need to... Okay, yeah, now it's going to play. Damn.
Speaker, this week, China has carried out unwarranted, aggressive and intimidatory military exercises in the Taiwan Strait. Our allies are rightly concerned. After worrying reports that the government may have intervened to stop a visit to the UK by the former Taiwanese president, can the Prime Minister confirm that the Foreign Secretary...
The Rhyme Minister? Is he the Rhyme Minister now? Anyway, sorry.
...will use his meetings in Beijing this week to condemn China's dangerous escalatory acts in the Strait.
Yeah. Okay, so he's talking about the whole Taiwan thing and when China did some military exercises. So let's hear how the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, let's hear how he responds.
I thank him for his question. The continued military activity in the Strait is not conducive to peace.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
And stability. And stability in the Taiwan Straits is in all of our interest.
But what are you going to do about it?
On the wider point that he raises, we will cooperate where we can as permanent members of the UN Security Council, issues like net zero, health and trade. compete where we have different interests, but challenge, the point he makes is absolutely right, where it's needed, to protect national security, human rights and our values, and we will put that challenge in.
Okay, Mr. Starmer, sorry. Okay, so he mentions Taiwan, he says all of the right things, but at the end of the day, what are they actually doing about it, you know? The whole Taiwan issue is never taken seriously in British Parliament because obviously there's still that whole one China policy thing, right? It's just silly. It's just silly because Taiwan is extremely important. And I just want to put this into perspective for you guys here, all right? So Taiwan just isn't some little tiny island in the middle of nowhere, okay? Taiwan has a population of 23 million people. That is almost the same amount of people, the same population as Australia, that has a population of 26 million, I think. And, you know, it's actually kind of close to Canada, which has a population of 39 million. So Taiwan just isn't this little small island with a small population and who cares about what happens to them. It's actually a big country. It's a beacon of light for democracy. It's just an awesome, awesome island. And these members of parliament, they don't press the whole issues going on in that area, in the Taiwan Strait enough. So it was actually good of Rishi Sunak to bring that up there. But Starmer's response, just nothing. He might as well have just said, sorry, I've got nothing to say. They're always very careful about what they say in these Prime Minister's questions, by the way. Okay, anyway.
Well, given what the Prime Minister said, and I agree, of course, we must engage, but we should use that engagement for our national interests. I hope that the Foreign Secretary will unequivocally condemn this military escalation.
Okay, look at him nodding. That's David Lammy, by the way. That's the Foreign Secretary.
And stand up for democracy in Taiwan. Now, the whole House will be concerned about the fate of the democracy campaigner Jimmy Lai. He is a British citizen who has been wrongly imprisoned in Hong Kong for 4 years. The previous government pressured China for his release. Does the Prime Minister agree that this is a politically motivated prosecution and that it is a breach of China's legal obligations to Hong Kong under the Sino-British Declaration?
Okay, so Jimmy Lai, I think most of you probably know who he is, but he was arrested in 2020 for fraud, right? And he was heavily involved in the Hong Kong protests, the freedom movement, And, you know, it's kind of weird. In 1984, we had that whole Sino-British Declaration agreement that Hong Kong would have a big degree of autonomy, right? Freedom of speech, excuse me, freedom of assembly, you know. But China obviously broke that agreement with their national security law in 2020, which completely clamped down on all of the protests. And the Foreign Secretary, Mr. What's-his-face again? David Lammy, he hasn't contacted Jimmy Lai's lawyer or even made any effort or made any requests for China to let him go free. It's just quite crazy, and it seems the British government doesn't really care about this.
Yes, and this case, as he will understand, is a priority for the government. We do call on the Hong Kong authorities to release immediately our British national.
Yeah, but you're calling upon it, but they're not going to take you seriously. And they're just not going to listen. I mean, who would take this guy seriously?
And the Foreign Secretary raised this case in his first meeting with China's Foreign Minister, and we will continue to do so.
I thank the Prime Minister for that answer. Now, China, as he knows, has become a decisive enabler of Russia's war against Ukraine. supplying the vast majority now of Russia's imported military microelectronics and components, worsening the suffering of the Ukrainian people. So can the Prime Minister confirm that he is prepared to sanction any Chinese business or individual involved in aiding Russia's invasion of Ukraine, including secondary sanctions on financial institutions?
Well, considering he's stated that the most important thing for him is getting the British economy back on track, I highly doubt that he's going to start sanctioning China.
Yes, and we've called for that in the past. We continue to do so, and I hope this is an issue where we can have unity across the House.
Yes, I can assure the Prime Minister of his support. It is something that we began. The United States recently have expanded their sanctions, and I hope that the new government will continue to look at doing the same. Now, the last government also established a new system of registration and monitoring to protect the UK from interference from foreign states, including China, Russia, and Iran. Called the Foreign Influence Registration Scheme, it was described as essential.
I actually received an email about that from my MP, about that foreign influence registration scheme. And basically, if you are doing any cooperation with a foreign power or a body, then you have to declare those lobbying activities. Is very ambiguous, very vague, actually, and it doesn't really, I don't know if it would actually be effective because, you know, oh yeah, people are maybe, you know, if there's someone shilling for the CCP, are they just going to write that down? Oh yeah, by the way, I'm shilling for the CCP, British government. I hope that's all right. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I mean, how does it stop people from outright lying?
By MI5 in the fight to help keep Britain safe. But since the Prime Minister took office, he has halted its implementation. Why?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's quite funny, isn't it? In these democracies like the UK and stuff, like one party comes into power and they basically just try and change everything that the previous party did. That's just the way it is, I'm afraid.
That isn't correct.
That's his response. That isn't correct. So I would have liked it if he could have at least embellished on that instead of just saying that isn't correct.
Yeah, well, Mr. Speaker, that is very clearly what the government has said. And only last week he said at the dispatch box that he would give the security forces the powers they need. And if he is going to fulfil that promise, I would urge him to get up to speed on this issue and therefore implement the scheme. Furthermore, Parliament's Intelligence and Security Committee have warned that British universities are increasingly a rich feeding ground for China to exert political influence over.
Right, we saw this with that Mary Shipworth in University College London, where she was doing a class talking about modern slavery in China, and there was a bunch of Chinese students that complained about her and basically got her kicked off of teaching the course. And yeah, that was absolutely insane. And how the University College London just kowtowed down to all of these Chinese students just because there's a lot of Chinese students and they bring in a lot of money into the British universities and they're willing to compromise their ethics for this. So anyway, let's just listen to what he says.
That's why we passed the Freedom of Speech Act with new powers to help defend universities from this threat, but the new Education Secretary has since blocked it. So can the Prime Minister tell us how, without this tool, the government will prevent Chinese influence over our universities?
I really don't think...
Stuttering Starmer there. I really don't think. He sounds like a Dalek.
Party political points on security and intelligence. Honestly, throughout the last Parliament, we stood with the government on all questions of security and intelligence because it was important to the outside world that we did so. I worked with the security and intelligence services for 5 years prosecuting cases. I know firsthand the work that they do as a lawyer. I've known firsthand the work they do as the Prime Minister. We support them in everything that we do, and he knows that.
Okie dokie. So this Higher Education Freedom of Speech Act, it was passed as law, but the current government under Starmer have stopped it. So this new legislation apparently could protect those using hate speech on campuses, and apparently it could push providers to overlook the safety and well-being of minority groups. That's fair enough, I guess, you know, but the Chinese Communist Party and its cronies, they always cry hate speech, and they could totally use this, couldn't they? So we need to clearly define what is hate speech in the first place before we actually start changing these laws. And how would this affect universities? So universities, they should be a place where all people are free to express themselves, you know. Freedom of speech must be a priority at a university. That's what made university so interesting for me. They must take reasonably practicable steps to secure freedom of speech within the law for their members of staff and their students, and especially as well for visiting speakers. So, for example, you might have some Uyghurs coming in, some Tibetans, people from Hong Kong, activists, dissidents to come in and speak at a university. But they might get denied from doing that because of influence from China. So that's why this freedom of speech law is really, really important. And it also includes securing academic freedom of the staff, like I said earlier, with that Michelle Shipworth, right? Yeah, man, it's just crazy how they would just block this freedom of speech law at universities, you know? I mean, man, it stops it. These like professors at universities now could just be playing it safe and not actually daring to put forward new ideas and controversial topics, you know, without placing themselves at risk. And they'll be like, they could even lose their job now because of this. Yeah, anyway, let's hear what Starlin says.
Mr. Speaker, whether it's the first scheme or the Freedom of Speech Act, these were new tools, new sets of powers that the previous government passed in order to give, whether it's our universities or security services, the powers they need to tackle a growing threat. And we will, of course, continue to support the government in protecting our national security, but do believe on this side of the House that those tools are needed and are concerned by reports that the new government has paused their implementation or indeed scrapped them. But finally, Mr. Speaker, the Chinese government has sanctioned multiple members of our parliament for championing human rights. As a result, they have faced intimidation, abuse and surveillance. And Mr. Speaker, I commend you for your defence of the right of every member of this House to speak out on crucial issues without fear of retaliation from foreign states. Now, I know the Prime Minister will agree with that too. So this week, will the Foreign Secretary in his meetings not just raise the issue, but tell the Chinese government to lift those sanctions on our colleagues?
By the way, I don't think he did.
Yes, and we speak with one voice. He speaks about the record of the last government. That record was 14 years of failure.
See, now Starmer using the opportunity to talk about how the previous government failed. He always does this. He's quite a fan of like constantly bringing up the past to basically make out that what he's doing is good because the way that the Tories failed in the past. But the fact of the matter is that Starmer hasn't done anything, as far as I can see, since he's come into power to make positive changes. And yeah, I voted for this guy's party as well, believe it or not.
6 years austerity, 3 years of Brexit logjam, then Johnson Trust and the Leader of the Opposition, utter failure. And this government was elected to do things differently, to make fairer choices.
To make fairer choices by kissing China's ass and cozying up to the CCP, you know, these human rights violators, this dictatorship.
But most importantly, to give Britain its future back. So we will fix the foundations. We'll do it with a long-term plan to grow our economy, protect working people, and rebuild our country.
Protect the working people. What about all of the spies from the CCP? Okay, so just very quickly, I believe there is a link to this article in this video's description, but it's don't expect Britain to copy EU and American tariffs on Chinese EVs, on the Chinese electric cars. So there are no tariffs on electric vehicles from China here in the UK. It's not like the EU or USA, Canada, even Australia. They've all slapped tariffs on Chinese state-subsidized electric vehicles because it actually threatens homegrown car makers, doesn't it? But the UK, they've decided not to do this, which is going to lead to a sudden surge of shitty Chinese EVs come into the UK. Why would they decide not to put tariffs on them? And we really do not want to be over reliant on China in the future, because the more reliant we are on them, the more they're going to use it against us. Man, it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. You know, the fact is that cars are the UK's top export. With, I think it's like 80% that are made in Britain are shipped abroad. And there have been fewer cars rolled out in the first half of 2024 because they're trying to make more changes to make electric vehicles on the production lines. Now, Beijing, they have put sanctions or tariffs against the European Union on China's EVs, and the UK. So they put a lot of like tariffs on goods from the European Union, and the UK, we're worried that if we put tariffs on their EVs, they're going to do similar to us what they did in Europe. So the UK probably won't be putting tariffs on Chinese-made EVs, and we're going to get loads of them, loads of their lithium batteries exploding everywhere. I cannot wait for that, you know. We just had fireworks night, bonfire night here in the UK on November the 5th, but it'll be bonfire night every day with all of these EVs exploding everywhere.
Serious?
Are you serious? So they're worried about China countering any tariffs that we put, and then the British car makers will suffer. But actually, if more Chinese EVs are let into the country, then British car manufacturers will suffer anyway, because the Chinese EVs are a hell of a lot cheaper because the CCP subsidizes them. It's a plan from the CCP to destroy all industry in other countries. Why can't the government see this? But apparently Starmer's government are in a really tight spot because they made this manifesto pledge to ban the sale of new combustion engine cars by 2030. And China knows this, and they want to exploit that. And yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot more made in China EVs here in the UK in the future. And yeah, it's not really going to be a good prospect, to be honest with you guys. I'm kind of feeling a bit like this. And this. And this.
What?
Like, why? Yeah. So, and also, like, do they really think that China manufacturing a bunch of EVs to be sold in the UK is going to be good for the environment anyway. You know, they've got this pledge to get rid of combustion engines by 2030. But China making all of these EVs is just going to be devastating for the environment. And look at all of those EV fields, those fields of electric cars just rotting away in China. So do they think that's going to be a good thing for the environment? Duh. Anyway, enough of this. Let's move on. It's just really worrying that we're going to be getting a lot of these electric vehicles from China here in the UK.
大家看好了。
Sammy Chung says, can we have subtitles in the future? Do you realize that this is a live stream? Okay. So anyway, this was funny. Okay, so this is in Wutong Mountain in near Shenzhen. In Shenzhen, actually, you can see the Shenzhen skyline there, and you've got this like patriotic video of all of the people climbing there, waving their like communist flags and their China flags.
这就是梧桐山顶的庞城低峰，外表威武雄壮，结果居然是个假石头，内部是空心的，连泥浆都没灌实，简直是山寨中的战斗机。原来
it's like totally overcrowded. This is like typical holiday season in China.
咱们打卡了这么久，只是在跟一块假石合影，这么多年果然白怕了。大家看好了。
And it turns out that that rock is a fake. See that rock there?
原来咱们打卡了这么久，只是在跟一块假石合影，这么多年果然白怕了。大家看好了。
Okay, so this is the actual fake rock that they built, and apparently it's being closed off because they need to repair it.
Are you serious?
It is just ridiculous. Look at this.
这就是梧桐山顶的庞城低峰，外表威武雄壮，结果
would you build a fake rock? I mean, what is the purpose of that? Seriously. And it looked
跟一块假石合影。
It's not a very good fake as well, because look at the state of it. It needs to be fixed.
这么多年果然
Why would you do that? And look, there's a fire extinguisher underneath the rock there. I don't know if you can see that. Is that one of those fake fire extinguishers as well? Like, seriously, why? Why build a fake rock?
害怕了。
Oh my god. Oh, okay. This one was interesting as well. So let's just watch this and then we'll talk about it.
说个事儿哈，刚刚经历的。我刚才从旁边过，一个小孩，也就是6、7岁吧。
So he was like walking past a kid who was about 6 or 7 years old.
就对着我说
Looked at me and said, with his parents
他
right
父母在旁边
there.
就对着我说
He said to me, I'm just going to read this, okay? He
说啊，这
said,
个美国
American devil.
鬼子打美国鬼子，
Hit the American devil. 打美国鬼子。
我就很无奈，我说我
Felt so helpless. I said, who, me?
怎么说我是美国鬼
How am I an American devil?
子呀？他说中国人哪
He
有？
said Chinese people don't have beards like that.
我说
I
我是
said,
中国人。
I'm not. I am Chinese.
小孩不信啊，6、7岁的
Didn't
小孩，
believe me. A 6 or 7-year-old
还说
kid
打美国鬼
still
子。
saying hit the American devil.
他父母在
His parents were
旁边
right
不但
there.
没有去
Instead of
就是
correcting their
批评这个
child
孩
for
子不讲
being
礼貌，
rude,
反而就是他父亲应该是就跟他妈妈说，
who said to his
哪个
mother,
正常人
"What
是吧？
normal
哪个中国人
person-
留着一脸的
which Chinese person grows a
胡子
beard like
是吧
that?"
不是
He's either an American devil or not. a
不是
good
美国鬼子
person.
也不是好人，我就特别的悲，
I felt
哎
particularly，sad.
就是一个6、
Because
7岁的
it's a
孩子，
6 or
当然
7-year-old
孩子
kid.
童言无忌
Of
无
course
所谓
children speak，
但是
without
他
filter.
接受的教
So the
育，
education
他的
he's
这种
received,
价值观
these kind of
就
values are
很恐
terrifying,
怖，
right?
对吧？你说留不留胡子，
Shouldn't Chinese people be allowed to have
是不是
beards?
中国人不能留胡子，这都无所谓。
Doesn't matter.
他为
But
什么
why
认
does
为
he think
留胡子的
someone
美
with
国
a
鬼子
beard,
就
an
应该被打
American
死？
devil,
我就
should be beaten to death?
我觉
I
得
find that
特别的恐怖
particularly，
他到底是
terrifying.
经受
What
了
kind
什么
of
样的教
education
育？
has he received?
不能理解，不能理解
Can't understand，
你们理解吗？
Can you? Kind of reminds me of that whole like thing in Xinjiang where Uyghurs were told to shave off their beards. But why are they associating somebody's facial hair as being an American devil? Like, do they think Chinese people aren't allowed to have beards now? Like, that is crazy. And yeah, he's right, you know, kids do say things like that, don't they? Like, they'll point and they'll say things completely unfiltered because that's just the innocence of a child. But his parents have obviously taught him that behavior, or he's learnt it from school or something, you know. That's just like discrimination towards foreigners. And it's just weird, man. Like, a beard? Like, has the kid never seen a beard? That just, like, I saw that clip like a couple of days ago and it just cracked me up. And this is kind of the way China seems to be going at the moment, doesn't it? Like, you know, anything foreign, anything like from outside China, then people start to freak out. There's a lot of discrimination towards foreigners now, it appears. Yeah, and it just seems to be getting a lot worse, you know. Like, I had a bit of a beard when I was in China and nobody really ever said anything to me about it. It's just a beard, isn't it? Like, Jesus Christ. And this guy's the funny thing is, the funniest thing for me is, this guy is Chinese as well. And Headley Bradstone, it looks like a glue-on beard to me. Maybe it does, man. He can definitely grow a better beard than me, I'll tell you that. My one is, like, pathetic in comparison. Look at that. Like, what the hell is that even, you know? Like, yeah. And Evergreen Junction, just one kid out of many, though. Absolutely true. Yep, you are not wrong there, mate. It is just one kid, but it's still interesting. And yeah, you know, I'm not saying that this sort of behavior doesn't happen in any other country, because guaranteed 100% it does. In fact, just the other day when I was walking to the cinema, there was some kid and he pointed at me and said something rude. So yeah, it happens elsewhere. It just so happens that this is a channel that talks about China, and this is a story from China. So, and you have a lot of people, especially the CCP shills, coming online, making YouTube videos saying Chinese people don't discriminate, and that's just a Western problem, that's endemic to Western societies. But the fact of the matter is, it's not, and it happens in China too, and that's why we make videos like this, to prove that it does happen in China as well, to prove these shills wrong.
还说打美国鬼子，他父母在旁边不但没有去。
Anywho, let's move on from this, because it's very, very silly. Okay, so this video appeared a couple of days ago, and it shows a woman somewhere. I heard that it's in Henan province, and she's eating out of a bin. We call it a bin, a rubbish bin, a wheelie bin here in the UK, but you guys call it a trash can or whatever in America, right? So we've got a woman eating, look, and she's got chopsticks there as well. Like, what on earth is going on? It's disgusting. I mean, let's just look at that again. Is she actually eating out of the bin, or is she just using the bin as a table? That's the question. Although, honestly, like, that is the last place that you want to be using as a table. I don't know. It's very weird. Clearly there's something wrong with this girl, right? I mean, why would you be eating out of a bag of rubbish? I don't know. But, I mean, again, like I said earlier with the kid, with the guy with the beard, sorry, obviously this is not only a problem in China, but you have all of these shills, these CCP shills, always talking about how China has alleviated poverty. And then every week on Twitter, I see videos like this, or on Chinese, on the Chinese internet, you'll come across videos like this. People will be making WeChat posts of videos like this that proves exactly the opposite of what the shills are saying. And there is poverty in China, and the shills, obviously, they're just not looking in the right places. Because here it is, in front of our eyes. Oh, this is not poverty alleviation. Okay, anyway, man, just some crazy clips coming out of China. So we've also got another one, another flag stomping video. So just stomping on the Israeli, Japanese, and American flags. It says like our three enemies. Stomp more, he's saying. And just, man, this is like a really dystopian looking scene. So you've got a school, you've got the students, all of them standing up. It seems like they're having a reading race or a reading competition. Didn't anybody tell them this is not really how you learn a book? It almost looks like one of those like prison scenes, doesn't it, with all of the inmates, and they've got a punishment and they're told to stand up. It's actually quite disturbing footage. What the hell are they doing? Must be some form of punishment, right? But it's just weird. Weird. Crazy stuff happening in China every week. That's why we do this live stream. All of the weird stuff that I find online, and we just throw it on here and we talk about it, right? But yeah, that is a weird one, that clip of those children in the school. Okay. Right. So this is the last thing that I want to talk about, and we are talking about those pyramids. Okay, so you've got Zhang Heqing, who is the ambassador to Pakistan for China, and he is all over Twitter. He constantly posts on Twitter, and more than often his posts are a load of bullshit. And that's being polite. He talks absolute arse, this guy does. You know, like last week, my stream got pulled down for misinformation, right? But if this guy did a stream, in fact, this guy just wouldn't be able to do a stream because this guy is misinformation. If you look up misinformation in the dictionary, there's a picture of this guy right next to it. Zhang Heqing or whatever his name is. So anyway, let's read what he said. All right. So, and this is him being serious, by the way. So, discovering the pyramid in Guizhou, China, in Anlong County, Guizhou province, a pyramid has emerged that is astonishing. This pyramid is dated back to 230 million years ago, much earlier than the pyramids in Egypt. Imagine standing in front of this mysterious structure. The Guizhou Anlong Pyramid stands tall and proud as if it holds countless secrets from ancient times. Its existence challenges our understanding of history and makes us wonder about the civilizations that might have left their mark here. The pyramid is a wonder that beckons travelers and history enthusiasts alike. As you approach it, you can feel the weight of its age and enigma it presents. What stories does it tell? What mysteries lie within its ancient walls? Guizhou's Anlong Pyramid is not just a tourist attraction, it's a portal to a bygone era. Come and explore the remarkable wonder, and let your imagination run wild as you try to unlock the secrets of the pyramid in Anlong, Guizhou. Okay, the first thing that I said when I read this was, what fucking pyramid are you talking about? I was like, there's a pyramid in China? What the hell are you going on about, man? Like, seriously. I was like this. Like, seriously, what pyramid? So, he actually posted a video. And we'll play that video.
太震撼了。
Okay, I'll play it one time and then we'll go back.
一场大火过后，贵州安龙金字塔的全貌得以重现。这座距今2亿3千万年前的金字塔，位于我国贵州省黔西南州。从高处观察，其外形酷似埃及金字塔，但它更具神秘感，且历史更为悠久。值得一提的是，两者都位于北纬30度，这让专家们感叹不已。 安龙金字塔高度在150至200米之间，由4面三角体构成，山峰棱角清晰，且山间岩石分层有序，裸露的石块依稀可见。它的出现瞬间引起广大网友热议。这个令人惊叹的造物，究竟源于久远文明的遗迹，还是大自然的巧夺天工呢？
Alrighty. And yeah, the 230 million year old pyramid. Oh, God. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? China, get a grip. Like, you've got some cool places for people to visit. You know, you actually have some really cool tourist destinations. You don't need to do this, man. Like, really?
一场大火过后。
So there was a fire apparently, and the view of the Anlong Pyramid in Guizhou, the 230 million year old.
2亿3千万年前的金字塔位于我国
it's just
贵
telling
州
you
省
where it
黔西南州。
is, blah blah
从高处
blah.
观察，
Observed from a high
其外
place,
形酷似
its
埃
appearance is similar to
及金字
Egyptian
塔，
pyramids. And yeah, that's where the comparison stops. It looks like it.
它更具神
But
秘
it's more mysterious.
感，且历史更为悠
It
久。
has a longer history.
值得一提的是，
It's
两者
worth
都位于
mentioning
北，
that both are
北
located
纬
at
30
30
度，
degrees north latitude.
这让专家们感
This
叹
made
不
the
已。
experts
安龙金
sigh.
字塔
The
高
height
度
of the
在
Anlong Pyramid is between
150
150
至
to 200
200米之间
meters,
由4面三角体构
made up of tetrahedral
成，
triangles.
山峰棱角清
Peaks have clear edges
晰，
and
且山
corners.
间岩石分层
The rocks in the mountains are layered in an
有序，
orderly
裸露的
manner.
石块依稀可
Bare
见。
rocks are still
它的出
visible.
现瞬间引起
Its
广大
appearance
网友
instantly
热议。
attracted the attention of
这个令人惊叹的
netizens. This
造
amazing
物
creation,
究竟源于
the
久
remains
远
of an
文
ancient
明的遗迹，
civilization,
还是大自然
or is it nature's ingenuity? Well, spoiler alert, guys. Guess what it is?
的巧夺天工呢
It's？a freaking mountain. So let's first of all read this article. Okay. So, ancient mystery, netizens captivated by pyramid formation in southern China. Viral drone footage sparks online debate about the origin and purpose of Guizhou wonders. Guizhou Normal University professor explains how they came to be and the forces behind their striking stacked brick effect. Amid the lush landscape of Guizhou in China, a drone video shows a natural wonder. Oh, by the way, this is from the South China Morning Post, by the way. And there is a link in the description if you want to read it by yourself. A series of mountains with striking resemblance to Egyptian pyramids. The footage has captivated social media users worldwide, and its virality has sparked online debate. Some speculate that the mountains in Anlong County conceal the tombs of ancient emperors, while others believe they were crafted by the same extraterrestrial beings purported to have built the pyramids of Egypt. So again, this is just all conspiracy. But this Zhang Heqing guy is talking as if these things are really pyramids. Dispelling these myths, thank God. Professor Zhou Qiuwen, a geologist from Guizhou Normal University, provided a scientific explanation in a report by Eyes News, a news agency under the auspices of the Guizhou Daily on Sunday. According to Zhou, these natural pyramids are not artificially constructed. Yeah, no shit. Nor are they an ancient tomb site. Instead, they are testament to nature's craftsmanship. Guizhou province, a province in the interior southwest region of China, is known for its rich natural history and diverse landscape. The average elevation of the province is around 1,100 meters, 3,600 feet, with 92.5% of its area consisting of mountains and hills. The region is home to numerous mountain ranges with peaks rising steeply and valleys deeply etched, stretching far and wide across the landscape. So they're goddamn mountains. And this guy is acting like this really pyramids, trying to encourage people to go there and explore the mystery of these pyramids. And even China's state media, Global Times, admits that they are natural formations. So even the propaganda is countering the propaganda. Whoa, have I just, entered the Twilight Zone here? The propaganda is countering the propaganda. Oh my god! What is going on? Okay, so the Global Times even says that they are not pyramids. They just look like pyramids. I've also put a link to this article. You can go and read it if you want to. But basically, we'll get back to his original tweet. Here he is. He's saying that they are pyramids and they're 230 million years old pyramids. Wow. That's a truly ancient civilization, isn't it? Oh my god. And it's crazy. And like I said earlier, China, you don't need this. You've got some great places. You've got some really great places, some amazing tourist sites. For example, you've got Zhou in Sichuan, right? It's like a national park. It's beautiful. And you've got loads of, World Heritage sites, wonders of the world. You've got the Great Wall, and you just got some fantastic places to go and check out. You've got Xishuan Bana in Yunnan province. It's like a jungle. You can go and stay in a tree hotel. Why on earth do you need to push this? Seriously. Are you really that desperate? And yeah, I don't know. This Zhang Heqing guy, he makes some ridiculous posts, and it is just amusing to see what he's going to post next. That's why I regularly check his Twitter account, because I know there's going to be something like this that we can talk about. He always posts something like this. So yeah, anyway, guys, that is all that I have for you for today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it today. And as usual now, I'm going to take a few moments to have a look at the chat. I'm so sorry that I haven't really been paying much attention to it because I've been focusing on reading my shit and reporting these weird anomalies to you. So yeah, hope you guys are good. Hope everything is going well. Please write a comment or write a question, or if you got something you want to say, now is the time. And I'll take, we'll stay here for a few minutes like we usually do. I'm usually quite good, right? I try to read everybody's comments. I don't expect many people to comment because we don't usually have a huge amount of people in here. But but we're getting bigger. We're getting more and more people. I don't know if you noticed now, but the channel, we've got 38,000 subscribers. And if you think about it, I think it was about 3-4 weeks ago, I think I only had 20,000. So I got 18,000 new subscribers in about 3 weeks, which is it's pretty epic. Let's just say that it's epic to say the least, and it's awesome. So yeah. So we've got, okay, let's see. We've got Shill Xuan. What's the name? Sorry, why can't I scroll up on this crap? Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, so we've got Shill Xuan Su. He says, 请路易斯经济关注中共在英国将超级大。Yeah, so he's basically saying, like, please pay attention to the CCP building this. There's apparently building a new super embassy in London. And if it really builds that, then the UK is going to be in a lot of trouble. I agree with him. I mean, the CCP already has a huge embassy in London, and I think, I think they don't need a super embassy. Like, what the hell are they going to be? What do they need with such a big embassy? Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Pretty sure a Swede invented skiing. What are we talking about here, Mike? What are we talking about? Okay. Okay, so somebody said I'm Swedish. Are you Swedish? Is that a Japanese name, or looks like yeah, I can't really read that. I can see like Joe and San in there, but yeah, anyway. Barry the Super Scott, that 50 minutes went by so fast. I'm glad it did, mate. Man, I think what I need on this stream is I need like I need a co-host. I need somebody to do them with me. You know, doing these like lonesome streams, I would get bored if I was watching just some dude talking at the camera. I think it works better when you've got somebody to play off, and you know, you can both present together. One of you does one topic, and kind of what the China show does. You know, they got a pretty good format going on there. It'd be cool if I could get like someone else, but I got no friends. I don't got no friends, man. Prickles the Bedbug. By the way, Prickles the Bedbug is the awesome person that created my new banner and the channel art. Oh, and actually, yeah, she created this logo for Free China, and I got it put onto a t-shirt. And I'm gonna have to think about it, but I kind of want to start selling these t-shirts. Would anybody be interested in a Free China Winnie the Pooh, Xi Jinping eating a Baozi t-shirt? Look at that. One more time, look. You have to admit, that is a cool design, right? It's quite simple, but effective. And look, me and Xi, we've got the same belly going on there. So yeah, but Prickles the Bedbug, she is the one who designed all of this stuff. So awesome job, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see. Wheezy Squeezebox said there was ice skating during the Song Dynasty in China. Okay. Prickles the Bedbug, more people now. Yeah, we're getting more people. Why are we all talking about skiing? Have I missed something here? Mike Stewart, you've gone up 22k since I subbed Lewis. Yeah, Mike, we got loads of subscribers now. I've got a really cool video coming out tomorrow as well, so hopefully we'll get some more. My goal, I'm trying to set myself targets for getting subscribers and video views and stuff. And my target, I'm trying. I don't know if it's possible, but I hope I'm going to try my ass off to get at least 50,000 subscribers before Christmas. So we'll see. We'll see. Headley Bradstone, Labour will ensure the giant embassy in London will be built. Yeah, man, they'll be like Keir Starmer will be standing there with a high vis and a hard hat, building it himself. Wow, yeah, okay. Let me see. Wheezy Squeeze Box, Mike Stewart, or a Norwegian or a Dane. You guys are still talking about skiing, right? Mike Stewart, Super Tofu. Headley Bradstone. Yeah, the embassy was rejected by the Conservatives, right? But it's a bit different. It's a bit different. Hey, Lewis, tell us the story behind your new logo, mate. I was just wondering. I think I talked about that. Let's see. Yes, Wheezy. That says Mike Stewart. Prickles, the bedbug. I subbed a while ago. I think you were at 4K-ish. Yeah, this channel has been like getting noticed. A lot of people from Taiwan are loving the recent videos. I know at some point I'm going to have to maybe think of something else other than doing the Taiwan flag, though. It's quite polarizing. It's quite divisive, actually, that flag. I think I'm going to have to rethink my strategy, because the last thing I want to do is offend people from Taiwan by using that flag. And I think I might have offended quite a few people. So, yeah. Anyway, Mike Stewart is off on a tangent. Okay, China invented skiing. I don't think they invented skiing. Evergreen Junction. Love the China Embassy visa video. Great work. Thank you, Evergreen Junction. I appreciate that. Japanese is Asakusanda. I don't know what that means, and I probably just said a really bad word. Eric Ekbu Elliott. Hey, buddy. Hey, man. How's it going? Mike Stewart. Get your cuz. Yeah, I mean, for all of you who don't know, like, my cameraman for some of my videos is my cousin Toby, who's an awesome guy, but he's busy, like he's quite a busy guy. He's not always available. I mean, I would love to have him on here at some point, though, just to have a chat. He's never been to Taiwan. He's never been to China. All he knows about it comes from me, so it would just be like having two Lewises, but that'd be kind of cool. Okay, Daniel Gregerson, I came too late today. That's fine, mate, don't worry, you can go back and watch if you have the time. Let's see. Wheezy Squeeze Box, we're chatting amongst ourselves. Yeah, that's cool. No worries. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, I lost the chat because we've got quite a lot of people chatting now. Let's see. A Click All Night says, find some Little Pink as a sidekick. Oh, I've got a great Little Pink clip for you guys coming out tomorrow. A great one. It's fantastic. You're going to love it. You are going to love this one. I tell you. T.S. Jasmine, well done, Prickles. Yeah, she did an awesome job with the channel banner. It looks amazing. It's very, very... It is free China. When I look at that, I'm like, that is a great representation of this channel. Like, perfect. Couldn't have been any better. Eric, I'll get one. Well, yeah, guys, if you're interested in this t-shirt design, what I'll do is I'll put a post up, and yeah, I'll try and find somewhere to sell it, because I think it's cool. Like, I think you guys, you might be interested in buying a cool design like this one. Eric Elliott, you should make me a mod. Yeah, honestly, right now I don't have any need for mods, if I'm going to be honest with you, Eric. Although I appreciate the offer. But yeah, I think maybe I think when we start getting bigger, like, you know, when I start getting like thousands of people watching this, then yeah, for sure, I'll need a mod. But right now, it's just not necessary. I can kind of, I can keep the chat under control at the moment. But yeah, thanks a lot anyway, Eric. Okay, Mike Stewart said, well done, Prickles. Yeah, well done. Like, honestly, like, look at that. That is cool. It's cool as hell. Xu Juan Su says, 支持你按赞你的视频不是视频，你可以说影片。台湾人没有说视频。分享你的视频，求求。Okay, yeah, share your video. 但是不是视频，是影片。That's what the Taiwanese. Sorry. Okay, so basically, Xu Juan Su was saying that he supports my videos. He's sharing my videos. But in Chinese from the mainlanders, they say 视频 for video. But in Taiwan, they say 影片. So Shi Juansu said 视频. So I was just correcting that because the Taiwanese people, because I learned all of my Mandarin in China, and I used to write 视频 for video on my subtitles, and I would get hundreds of messages complaining and telling me, don't use that word, that's from mainland China. we use 影片 for videos here in Taiwan. So now every time I see 视频, I have to correct. The Taiwanese, like, drilled that into my head. Okay, Eric Abu Elliott. Thank you for your super chat, mate. Really, well, the super sticker. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Evergreen Junction, 100k soon. Maybe. I mean, would it be too much to ask for 100,000 subscribers? I mean, I think my videos are good. I think they're better than some other videos that I see of channels that have 100,000 subscribers. I'm also very modest. Okay, Eric says, whoop whoop. Falco, I've said for a while that you need to do merch. Yeah, you have, mate. I know, and you're right. I do. I'm just not really like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not always like confident in my abilities, and sometimes I think, oh, no one will buy it. What's the point, you know? But you don't try, you don't get. And I guess I'm gonna have to start trying to sort of, you know, think outside the box a little bit. Eric again sent $2. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. And we have Jasmine, who has gifted some memberships. Oh no, you haven't. Sorry, have you gifted some memberships? Does it say that? Oh, you have. Awesome. Thank you so much. And you've been a member for 5 months, which is really fantastic. And thank you so much. And yeah, my channel has grown, and it's thanks to people like you. You know, you really helped me out a lot, and I definitely appreciate it. So thank you so much. Wheezy Squeezebox, if the embassy is built in London, it won't be tofu dregs. Well, yeah, I mean, it depends who they get to build it, right? But we do have a lot of work safety, health and safety practices here in the UK that would hopefully prevent it from being a tofu dreg. Evergreen Junction, Lewis, you need to get a Taiwan Superman cape. I got a massive Taiwan flag. I could just use that. Click All Night, Free China. Find some China shills in Taiwan and translate them. Yeah, I will at some point try and do that. You know, it is quite difficult scouring through the internet, especially in another language, looking for such things. But yeah, I'll try at some point. It's not really at the top of the list for now, though. Because I like to, when I'm making, maybe for a live stream, yeah. For a live stream, that might be a cool idea. I just need to find some. I know who will, I know who could help me do that. maybe I'll get him on my live stream. I'll get Stan to join me. I think that could be something that myself and Stan could talk about. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea, dude. I'm going to write that down. Let me make a note of that. Taiwan Shill's live stream. Awesome. That'd be cool. Okay, what have we got? Yowza, we got a lot of people commenting today. Yeah, but Jasmine, thank you for gifting those memberships. That's really awesome. So Falco, you came to the channel from Piano Gate. I think you were on 14K then. Yeah, this channel... So in January, when that whole Piano Gate thing happened, with my good mate Brendan Kavanagh. He's a great guy, by the way. Awesome guy. Yeah, the channel got a great boost from that. But then it kind of like... It just... The people only watched the videos and subscribed to the channel because of that. And they were more interested in seeing me like making videos about Brendan. And my other videos during that time, my videos were tanking and it wasn't good. So I've kind of like reinvented my channel a little bit, and yeah, it seems to have paid off because this last like month or so has been fantastic. I can't complain. Okay, someone gave us super chat. That's from Eric. Mike Stewart, Little Pink Fridays. Yay, it's another Little Pink Friday tomorrow. Merry Pinkmas. Daniel Gregerson, does Krusty have a YouTube channel? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a social media presence from what I've seen. So yeah, I don't think Krusty has a YouTube channel. Prickles the Bedbug says, I set it up so you can add. What did you set up? Sorry? Evergreen Junction. Can you do a Little Pink debate on Taiwan? Oh, wow. I mean, if they'll stop and talk to me, yeah, for sure I will. But some of those little pinks, man, they run away as soon as they see the flag. Prickles the Bedbug. Oops, add to it if you want. Oh, what? You mean the banner? You don't need to add to it. It's perfect. Victor Gao has a YouTube channel. Yes, he does. Evergreen Junction, live on air. Oh my god, no. I honestly, I don't want to do that. I really, really don't want to do a live stream where I have to talk to a shill or a Little Pink. It's not my idea of a good live stream. I know some of you guys would like to see that, but no thank you. Gareth Lewis, what is your opinion on bubble tea? I'm not a fan of bubble tea. It's all right. I just don't see what the big deal is about it. It's sickly and sweet, and it's not good. Just give me a nice old British cuppa any day. Prickles the Bedbug. I'll update the Hong Kong flag for it. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That still is the Hong Kong flag, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Headley Bradstone, we are all very well behaved. Well, that's good. Let's see. Wheezy Squeeze Box. Moderators keep the trolls away. Yeah, but you know, like, we don't really get many trolls coming in here, and when they do come in here, they usually get told to F off, and they bugger off, you know. I haven't seen any trolls in here today, right? What is the Chinese equivalent of troll, as in the folklore creature? Psh, I'm fucked if I know. I don't know, man. They've got some strange like monsters, and like, have you ever seen their version of a zombie? It literally walks with its arms out like that. It looks more like a vampire, and it hops. Like, it's very strange. But yeah, they do have a lot of like weird monsters and creatures. 视传是影片，对，影片不是视频。 Headley Bradstone, get to 50,000 and everything just takes off. We will see. We will see. Shu Juan Su video. Yeah, Ying Pian is video. Dway. Mike Stewart and business cards. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I remember we had that conversation. I just man, I just didn't check. Like, I will. I'll check it. I'll check and I'll get back to you, mate. Sorry about that. My apologies. You know, shit just happens, man. I'm sorry. Let's see. Mike Stewart. I've got 17 subscribers. Well, that's good, dude. If you don't post any content and you've got 17, man, it took me ages. Like, I remember when I was doing... I did my YGZ Taiwan channel. And to get to that first 1,000 subscribers, it took forever. I think it was like 3 to 4 months of putting out videos before I got 1,000 subscribers. Wait. Yeah, about 3 months, I think. Yeah. But yeah, and on this channel used to be called CCP Shill Busters. I got 1,000 subscribers in no time because I promoted it on my other Taiwan channel. But yeah, it takes ages to get subscribers. You don't try, you don't get. That is true, my friend. Let's see. So, Red Letter, greetings everyone. Good morning from Guam. How's it going, mate? Mike Stewart, I'm not seeing Click All Night's comments. Daniel Gregerson, Mike, you're famous. I have 3 subscribers. Yeah. Okay. And Mike Stewart says 3 and none, Daniel. Keep on trucking. Well, that's the thing. Like, if you don't have any videos and you've got 3 or 17 subscribers, that's pretty good. Okay, Shu Juan Su says 我家就挂台湾国旗. So he says in his home he hangs Taiwan's flag. Okay, Prickles the Bedbug, do little pinks cause problems in Taiwan too? Yeah, of course they do. I actually talked about that in a live stream several weeks back. Maybe you can go and check it out. So Mike, choose all messages instead of just top, which it defaults to. Yeah, if you want to see the live chat, go to the top and click where it says top chat and change it to live chat, and you'll see everybody's messages. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my God, we've got a lot of. How many people are watching today? I can't even see that. Let me check. I'm gonna check on my channel because it doesn't tell me on here for some reason. Okay, 34. That's kind of normal for this stream. I want to get thousands of people watching. How do I do that, guys? Like, do I need to make better thumbnails? Do I need to make better titles? Or do I just need to be, like, more handsome? Do I need to lose weight or some shit? I don't know. You tell me, but how the hell do I get more people to watch? It's kind of annoying sometimes, you know, because I think my material is okay. It's not bad, is it? You know? Okay, Wheezy Squeezebox. I've often wondered if Chinese Xianxia series were subtly criticizing the CCP, like Till the End of the Moon and Ashes of Love, both available on YouTube in Mandarin. I'll check them out, mate, because I haven't seen it, so I have to check that out. Let's see. I'm already on All Jasmine from Mike. I don't know then, mate. Something's wrong with your computer. Alexander whatever says, sing us a song, Piano Man. I'm not really sure it's allowed, but the CCP ain't here, so let's all cheer because we are feeling all right. KD, no more clips. No more clips today, mate. This stream is almost finished. Barry the Super Scott, talking to Shills or Little Pinks would be pointless because of their cognitive dissonance. I agree, man. I think, yeah, okay, I've spoke about them before and ripped the shit out of them, and that's enough. That's enough for me. You know, people would be like, "Oh, you're a pussy. You're not going to debate them on live stream." No, I don't want to talk to them. Like, I don't want to have a conversation with them on a live stream. Yuck. It would be crazy. And it wouldn't go anywhere. It'd just go round in a big circle, because I'd be like, "You're a CCP shill. You shill for the CCP. You're a propagandist. You're supporting an awful, horrible regime that violates human rights." And they'll start giving their CCP talking points, and round we'll go, and everybody will just get fed up. So there's absolutely no point. Let's see. Wheezy Squeezebox, I don't like bubble tea either. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a fan. Little Pinks equals troll. Yeah, they're the real trolls. Bobo Club, I just subscribed. Thank you for that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Mike, I think your subscribers are Wu Mao. Yeah. KD said, "Lewis, do you eat Chinese food? Not worried about food safety?" Well, I eat the food here in the UK, and I think that's perfectly fine. So, and I did eat a lot of Chinese food, and yeah, with hindsight, it was probably not the best of ideas to have lived in China for such a long time, especially because of the food safety issues and the pollution and that kind of thing. Probably shaved a good 10 years off of my life. That's why I look so old and haggard. I'm only 43 years old, but I look probably a lot older than that. So that could be part of the reason. And obviously I don't exactly live a healthy lifestyle either. So again, you know, I'm not blaming my time in China. So why is it no longer called Shillbusters? Because the channel evolved. This channel only used to talk about CCP shills, and it got boring, and I got fed up with it, and I wanted to expand my horizons and not only talk about CCP shills. And yeah, so that's why the channel is called Free China. Okay. Let me see, 49 people watching. Well, that's pretty good. I imagine you going out interviewing with that shirt and the Taiwan flag cape. Would you dare do it? Keep doing an amazing job, Lewis. Thanks for raising awareness. Yeah, I would dare do it. I would dare do it because it's fun. So debating the Wu Maos, etc. might generate crazy views, though. Have you seen the debate channels? Yeah, but I don't do debates very well. Okay, I'm not like a geopolitical analyst who debates people for a living. You know what I mean? I would end up just telling them to fuck off. And I don't think anyone wants to watch that. I'm not like the most articulate guy, and you know, I have to do a lot of research before I would even want to talk about something to somebody. And I would suck at a debate, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so I think I'll save the debates for like the academics and the people who, you know, who actually want to debate, because this guy don't want to debate. Okay, you got it? Okay, Falco, this has been a good stream and a very friendly chat, mate. Yeah, like I said, I try to get everybody involved and answer your questions as best I can. Click all night, so true. I do that on Twitter with Wu Mao. They just never stop replying with irrelevant complaints. It gets annoying, man. It gets annoying. That's why I deleted my Twitter, because I just couldn't handle the bullshit on that website. It's horrible. Wheezy Squeezebox, I see you now. Click all night. There you go. TS Jasmine, perhaps more interaction with chat during your presentation, not just at the end, would engage people better. Just a thought. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's why it would be better if I had somebody else with me to read the chat while I'm doing it. You know, maybe I can get somebody behind the camera reading the chat or something, and then every now and again just like telling me what somebody said and I react to it. That might be good. Okay, I wonder if people would get it if the channel was Free Mainland Taiwan. I don't know, man. I like the name Free China anyway. Ask a Wumao if they've tried a virgin boy egg, a piss egg, and they go away. That question is their kryptonite. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe that's a good one. Usually, if you just like say something along the lines of that Taiwan was the original China before China, they can't accept that fact. They will freak out, you know. There's quite a few talking points that you can say. Like you can say Tiananmen Square, for example. That one gets rid of them. It's quite funny. West Taiwan. Yeah, he meant West Taiwan. Wheezy Squeezebox. Raising awareness is a good thing. It is. Try it, click it, it works. Try it, click it, works. Sorry, try what? Red letter. Just curious, when did the whole Call in China West Taiwan thing start? I don't know, mate. I think that's like I know that like China Uncensored channel always talks about that West Taiwan thing. Not sure if they made it up or not though. But yeah, I don't call China West Taiwan. I just call it CCP land. Wheezy Squeezebox, you should be able to put comments from the chat on the screen. No, not with the software I'm using. And actually, I don't want to put the comments on the screen, to be honest with you. There's a live chat box on the side of the stream, so people can read it in there if they want to. I stopped putting comments on the screen for a reason, actually. So, yeah. I don't really want to be putting people's comments on the screen here. I used to do it. I used to use StreamYard, and that enabled you to put the comments up. But yeah, I kind of don't like doing that, if I'm going to be honest with you, mate. So yeah, but anyone can read the comments on the side there. That's kind of what it's for, right? Anyway, guys, I think that's it. I think we've spoken enough. It's getting late here. I gotta go and watch a film or something, chill out, you know, kick back after the stream. I really appreciate everyone for joining me. All of you guys are awesome. Do me a favor, like the stream. I'm just going to do that whole begging for likes thing at the end that everybody does. Please like the stream. Please do it. And write a comment for me and share it and do all of that cool stuff. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a cool video. And yeah, have a good afternoon, morning, evening, night, wherever the hell you are in the world. And I hope to see you all next week, 8 o'clock p.m. for the Free China live stream every Thursday. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. This one. Couldn't find my outro.